Okay, here I am with a new updated version. Updated version of Windows. Oops, wrong thing. Windows 11. Windows 11 or something like that. So hopefully the thing won't cut out on me anymore because of the. But it's. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Anyway. So yeah. Back to the topic of discussion. The light speed is constantly changing. Now, I've been back and forth with a lot of people, have been posting for, a lot of these different websites and everything, and it's been coming back blank. I mean, they might question me at first, and then I'll respond, and then they come back blank. It happened 3 times in a row, and they don't have anything to say. So, what this means is that yours truly, Jungle Jargon, has cracked the general relativity code and the timeline problem, and there's no argument against it. But it's something so simple and so I don't know. I don't even know why they haven't been able to come up with a response. I don't know why they can't come up with a response, to what I've been saying. So let's get down into it, and it's very, very simple. It's like, you know how back in the days they used to use cubits to measure things? They used to use a cubit. What's a cubit? Cubit is the length of your arm, like this. See this arm right here? From here to here, that's the cubit that they used to build Noah's Ark with. Because I measured it before. It's the same cubit they used to build Noah's Ark with, or Ken Ham's Noah's Ark, anyway. But the point being is that you change this measure, if you change this size, you're going to change the size of the ark or the building or whatever you're going to build, right? And this is what's happening in general relativity. It's so simple. It's just crazy. Hello, Honesty. How you doing? Long time no see, at least on my channel. I don't know if I got. Let me send a cat back, but I gotta find it on this other one here. What I got here? My videos. Oops. Live. Where's live? No, nope, not coming up. Oh, I can go to history, right? Or can I go to history? Anyway, no, it's not on history. Well, I can't send a message back. I haven't been on YouTube much. Family health issues. God bless. God bless likewise. And I hope everything is good up there in Canada somewhere. Haven't been on YouTube much. Lots of family health issues. God bless. Yes, God bless and take care. And let me get back into it if I can. Remember where I was. So yeah, the cubit can be different sizes. And if you change the size of a cubit, you're going to change the size of the building that you build, whatever it is. And it's the same thing in general relativity, which is a proven fact. General relativity is no longer just a theory, it's an observation. We've seen clocks run at different rate. We've seen gravitational waves, which is a dilation of distance. It means the distance is dilating, but it doesn't do it much where we are. If you look outside or at the hills or whatever, you're not going to see a difference in change of time or distance. At least it's not noticeable anyway, even if there was a difference. But when you look at a galaxy, it's another story. You're looking at extreme changes in the amount of gravity from the center of the galaxy. Because when you look at a galaxy, what you're looking at? You're looking at the center and then all the surrounding stars around the galaxy, right? But as you move from the center to the outside of the galaxy, it's less and less gravity, which is what affects the change or the rate of time and the measure of distance. So the farther away you get away from the center of the galaxy, the faster time goes and the larger the measure of distance gets. So what does that mean? That's changing the speed of light. Because if you do the 1001 thought experiment, this is my own thought experiment. You say this is 186,000 miles, right? And you watch a photon go from one hand to the other, and it's 1,001, right? That's our rate of time and our measure of distance, but we just shrunk down to 186,000 miles. So now let's expand the distance a little bit and speed up the time, which is what's happening when you get out from the center of the galaxy. Time speeds up because it's the opposite of going to the center. So instead of saying 1,001, you're going to say 1,001. So not only does time speed up, but the distance expands, means you have to go faster. 1,001. Time, you just sped up the time. And that's what's happening to the light from distant galaxies. That's why we can see it, is because it arrives virtually instantaneous, because there's no gravity to slow down time and there's no gravity to contract distance. It's all expanded. It means it's less distance, because it's expanded 186,000 miles. There's less frames of reference of 186,000 miles between here and there. Means it's a shorter distance. And which has been confirmed in my discussion. They say, oh, it's just taking a shortcut. Yeah, it is taking a shortcut, but that speeds up the light, speeds up everything. Anyways, so I've responded to these people, or they've responded back to me many times, and they always come to a stop. They stop responding. As soon as I explain it to them and show them the thought experiments and, say that if you change the measure of distance, you're going to change the speed of light. And I explain it to them, and then they have nothing else to say. So I've been vindicated, as far as I'm concerned, many times. And you can't argue with general relativity. But I'm surprised. I can hardly believe that with all these geniuses out there, all these scientists, nobody ever did the thought experiment that I just showed. Because if you change the measure of distance, you're going to increase the speed just right there. Because instead of saying 1,001, it's 1,001, right? But then on top of that, you're changing the rate of time too. So not only are you changing 1,001 from 1,001, it's going 1,001. It's faster. The rate of time goes by faster. And this is the reason why we can see distant starlight. Because as a matter of fact, the most distant galaxy that's been seen by James Webb telescope is closer to us, is literally closer to us than the center of our own black hole. The black hole is, the center of it is farther away than the most distant galaxy that we can see. That's general relativity. That's what general relativity does. So I just can't believe that somebody from the Amazon has to think about this, and none of these people, these scientists, were able to think about it or consider it or understand it, or anyone else. I mean, they have thought about the changing of the clock, but they didn't think about the changing of the distance, because the changing of the clock and the changing of the distance compounds the increased speed that light's going to have between distant galaxies and us to arrive, so that we can see it. And so the fact remains is that the universe is both, quote unquote, 13 billion years old, older than the Earth, and it's younger than the Earth at the same time in the same universe, because you have different rates of time. You have all different rates of time passing by. So there's no single rate of time. There's no single age to the universe. You can't say it's 13.8 billion years old, because that's the faster rate of time, and the distance that's expanded, which doesn't make any sense for them to say that. But anyways, everything's been going good here where I am, and I hope everything's going good with everybody out there as well. And stay close to God, and we will never be disappointed, because God has a plan for everything, and He always comes through. You'll never be disappointed, and He will never leave you. He'll never leave you. He'll always be there right with you, especially when you need Him the most. So everybody, take care. Don't worry about a thing as far as cosmology is concerned. There's nothing to worry about, because all the science confirms creation, confirms the Bible, confirms the timeline, confirms everything. Of course, we should have known that already, but it's a fact. And general relativity confirms it. The Earth can be 6,000 years old. While if we look out in the universe, it's supposedly 13.8 billion years old, but the time is passing by faster, and the distance isn't as far. So that's why we can see distant starlight. So God bless everybody. Take care.